We got Tim Get the Money here.
You.
You said that you liked the album. You said, first of all, we are watching the album on stream, twitch.tv/Spotify streams, and you said that we did drive away 50 people. We did drive away 50. I put it out like people left when you start playing this album.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on this album? On the Earl Sweatshirt album? Live, Love, Laugh.
I think this is the most enjoyable version of what he's been doing for like 5 years. For me personally, this is the most accessible version of this, style of. Because again, as I was listening to it, I'm like, this is definitely a style of underground rap that exists. I don't know.
Yes.
I don't have enough context to know what they call this. I know some of the members in this style.
Yeah.
But
right.
Earl is by far the biggest doing this sound because it's Earl Sweatshirt, right? Off just, his associations with Odd Future and Tyler. So he's definitely the biggest doing this sound, but even as accessible as I found it, besides I think the first two tracks, I understand why I drove 15 people away. This is not for everybody. Right. This is niche.
I will say that
a niche album.
I will say that even with the title that was Live, Love, Laugh, I do think you expect something that is a bit more accessible, because if you are an Earl Sweatshirt fan, you know that Earl Sweatshirt music for the last decade and a half now has been this sound. But with the title Live, Love, Laugh, you think it's a bit more accessible, and it's not that. And I do think that's why you drove people off. But I do think, like you said earlier, it is the most accessible version. I think early on, he was leaning in a lot more to the off kilter, maybe a slightly off beat flow that he does sometimes. But even in that, he's saying a lot of like good things, which I think I listen to words more. But towards the end, like he was doing a lot. Like there's a song with like a hook on there, and he's doing like a slight melody. I'm like, that's really good.
Very much. It reminded me of why I haven't loved some of his previous albums. But after that, he started cooking. There's a point where halfway through that where he I think had one of the better rap performances of the year. I forget what the song is called. I gotta look it up. But he lost his fucking mind. It's one of those moments when it was Static, I believe. Where he for a minute straight, he just started rapping and he just commanded your attention. Like I wanted to say stuff about, this is crazy, but you just kind of gotta let it go. And when somebody enters that flow state, I really like it. So that song was a standout to me. A lot of the beats, again, I think for what that subgenre of rap is, I enjoyed a lot. Here's the other thing about the presentation of this album that definitely led me to think this was going to be slightly different than his usual fare. This shit had a press event.
It did.
This shit had a press event where they put out this image of Live, Love, Laugh, the new album from Earl. They revealed all the collaborators, which some people meant to mean that there were going to be features.
No features on the album. No features on the album.
Zero features.
Just
when I was definitely expecting BK.
BK was the name that stood out to me when I saw collaborators. Also, the wording of it should have let me know it was gonna be some bullshit because collaborators is also the list of it, because we did see BK the Ruler on there, but we also saw Dave Chappelle and Steven Yeun.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, what the fuck does that mean?
I mean, but to be fair, are we surprised that Earl could get those kind of features? No, or get those kind of looks? No, but I do think for this album, I understand your skepticism of looking at could Earl have these people on the album? I understand your skepticism.
See it.
I understand your skepticism, but I do think that there is a world in which it does exist, but not this world, not this earth.
Not this album, not this Live, Love, Laugh album. I don't know. I think this is the biggest, I think, attention an Earl album has gotten in a while, because he very purposely tries to go under the radar. He hides, right? He's been hiding for 5 years. He's just been dropping the album for his niche audience, dropping randomly. He'll drop a single. Apparently he does drop music videos, but it's nothing that demands attention outside of his fan base. This one felt like, hey y'all, Earl's back. It's Earl Sweatshirt. Y'all remember Earl Sweatshirt? He's dropping an album. And then you listen to it, it's like, yeah, I knew that's what he's been doing. That's why I haven't been listening. Yeah. So it's it's interesting that how much Earl promoted this album, knowing he doesn't usually promote his album.
Bro, he apologized to Joe Budden.
On that interview show, yeah.
Yes, he apologized to Joe Budden, and you think that, he's really trying to get this album listened to, and it's just like what Earl does usually. It literally is like the spoken word on beast type rap that he usually does, and I do think that most hip hop fans, period, regardless of what side of the aisle you fall on, you fall on. You're not going to enjoy this. This is a very specific ear thing.
Yeah, it's definitely it's not for everybody.
Is.
Absolutely not. No, it's not. I will say, I mean, listen, it's funny because again, back to my point I was making earlier about like the two sides of the underground right now in rap. Both sides are polarizing, but it's like one side is not rapping at all, and the other side is rapping incredibly well. But even still, it's not like that accessible to the average hip hop fan. It's funny how these two sides are complete polar opposites to me that still drive away the same amount of people. It's very funny to me because Earl is rapping. If you're a hip hop fan, if you're a rap fan, you want to hear somebody rap, he's rapping, but not the flow you're used to, not the beats you're used to, not the vibe you're used to. So what do? I mean, you know, like what? That's why I appreciate albums like which we got in the past couple of weeks, like a Chance or like a Marco Plus, which to me is like shows people that who don't know about like what Earl's been doing and think that rap is dead. It's like, no, people are rapping. It's just you don't like that energy. But there's people that do it in a way that's still accessible.
Speaking of somebody who we've like listened to or for a while now, and somebody like, I was just speaking to Drew Kelly, and I think Drew Kelly's somebody who does like almost, I won't say similar beats, but it's almost in the same vein, almost like not exactly. I know Styx makes a lot of his beats, but it's almost in the same vein of like, it's more traditional rap style that you can get behind, unless it is spoken word shit that I think is hard to listen to.
It's inaccessible. It's as simple as that. It's just, you know, it's a if you know type of thing for that group of people. Like I think this is one of those things that people can do. I already know do bond over. Like you like Mike, we immediately become best friends. It's that kind of thing, but. The reason you become best friends with that person is because not everybody likes it. Literally. So there has to be some sort of thing where it's like we both have this brain that we can like listen to this and vibe out to it.
Literally, the reason why you become best friends with another Mike fan is because there's 1,500 of you across the country.
Right.
And like I'm not dissing Mike. I love Mike's music. Mike just did a what's that freestyle show? The performance show for what's that?
On the Radar?
No, the other one. With like the live band.
Oh, Tiny Desk, yes.
Yeah, Mike did a Tiny Desk, and I liked it a lot. I a lot of songs he performed, I knew. I was like, this is good to me. But also, I know that for a new Mike fan, it's like, how does one enjoy this music? Very difficult. We're asking, this is a tall task, a tall order for somebody who's not familiar with this style of rap music.
Yeah, I agree. Even with it being, I still think the most accessible version of it, save the first two tracks, probably the most accessible version of it. Again, like you said, there's a hook in this. That shit's rare. Mm-hmm. When the fuck do you hear hooks in these songs? Yeah. Even with that, it's still like, I don't know. I don't know how you sell it to people, which I guess you can't. Like, all I can say about this album is that I think it's really good for what it is, but for what it is, you know, it can't be really compared to anything else besides anything in that bubble. It's in its own world. It almost feels like you can disturb it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, certain tracks, yeah.
Finish.
Yeah. No, somebody sent a tip. Okay. It's like good beats and good bars, war and underground music. Okay. Thank you, Expo, for the tip, but keep going. Yeah.
I think that, like, you are 1,000% right when we talk about, like, it can't be compared to anything else inside the culture, period. Or even when you compare it to things inside its world, it does fall short of the market trying to reach, in my opinion. I do think Mike and Navy Blue has had better albums than this. And these are artists who he's, like, you know, I think in very similar class to. By the way, like, when we talk about this being a follow-up to I don't like shit, I don't go outside. Yeah. I do think as a follow-up to that, it falters. Because in my opinion, that album had better raps. It was more cohesive raps.
Okay.
Still a lot of words. 100% a lot of words being said. And I think those words could scare a lot of hip-hop fans off. But I do think the flows and the pockets he in are more traditional and more easy and more easily listenable to than what we got on this album. And if it is a spiritual successor or actual follow-up, we do. I think judging it is like it does miss the mark.
Right.
Yeah, for sure misses the mark. It's that's why. But I guess that again, it's I feel like it's been a lot of outside factors. Some of it influenced by Earl himself by doing as much press as he's doing, and also by the fans with this narrative of like, yo, he's happy now, right? Like we're all wanting to see what does Happy Earl look like, and if you haven't listened since that album, you're like, yeah, I do wonder. And then it's this, and it's like, well, this is nothing new for the people who have been listening. But I don't think this is also grabbing people that haven't listened since back then either. So again, I go back to this feels like an artist, a subgenre, a collection of artists that don't want to be bothered. Ironically enough, because similar to Earl's last, I don't like shit, I don't go outside. It feels like a group of people that want to live in their own world, don't want to be bothered by the larger hip hop verse. That's how it feels when I listen to it.
Yeah.
Stop playing. Well, hello, potty mouth.